Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our podcast, Hispano Backstage. This is episode number 2, and we have a special guest today, Roberta Ricci, our Chief Experience Officer here at the Chamber. We're so excited to have you. Thanks for being on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it. So tell everybody a little bit about what your role is here with the Chamber and what do you do?
Okay. So I'm the Chief Experience Officer here at the Chamber, and so I oversee 3 of our major departments. So that includes membership, which is close to, 1,300 members strong each year. I also oversee our convention and tourism department, which focuses on the Native American and Hispanic markets, which is really cool. So
I think that's unique for people that don't know this about us having a convention and tourism, and you overseeing it. That's what separates us, right?
Absolutely. We're the only Hispano chamber in the country that has its own convention and tourism department. So we partner heavily with Visit Albuquerque. So they do the other markets, and then we concentrate on Native American and Hispanic. So we bring in conferences, conventions, tourism. We promote Albuquerque as a destination all across the globe.
And then one of the other departments, I cut you off in
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, no.
So we have membership, we have convention and tourism that you see.
Yeah, and then marketing. And then all of our signature events. So La Noche Encantada, which we'll talk about later on today.
Yes, we will definitely going to get into that. And shout out to our marketing department because they're the ones who put on
they really are.
This podcast. And without them, we wouldn't be able to do it. So
absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about your history. Where were you before you came to the Chamber? What are some of the things that you did? And some of the things that shaped you for this role at the Chamber?
Yeah, so my career started out in higher education. So I started out at the University of New Mexico. I worked for the Alumni Association as a unit administrator, and then I transferred over to the Anderson School of Management, where I became their senior alumni director to oversee their alumni program there. So I've always been a friend / fundraiser my whole career. And then I went to a nonprofit for a little while, didn't work out, and then I ended up getting a job at the C&M Foundation, which was fantastic. It really gave me more experience. Excuse me. Sorry.
You're fine.
Gave me more experience in the whole fundraising role. I help support student scholarships, which I love, and just giving people opportunities to get to
what
school.
Stood out in there, and this is from my experience of working with you, is fundraising. So when I first started here a year ago, I've mentioned that in the last one, I came right in the middle of fundraising for La Noche, and I think I realized just how much of that plays a part in your role here. Did you have any experience in fundraising? Where did you get the experience to be a good fundraiser? Because you're a master at it.
Thank you very much. So I started off at the C&M Foundation, but again, it's all relationships, right? It really is how you treat people, how you communicate with people, and the relationships that you build over time. So I've built relationships since day one at the UNM Alumni Association. But then when I took the role as executive director of the National Hispanic Cultural Center Foundation, that was my primary role, is to raise funds for the Cultural Center. And so that really just kind of solidified how you utilize your partnerships and your relationships, your friendships in the city, and try to just match what their goals are to what you're doing.
What's your favorite part about your job here at the Chamber? What's the thing that you value most?
Goodness.
When you go home, and even though it can be stressful, you're like, I really like that about what I get to do.
Yeah, it's been almost 4 years that I've been here. It'll be 4 years in April, and it just almost, when they say when you find something that you love, it doesn't feel like a job. That's kind of what it is. I wake up every day, and we take on all kinds of different things. I think I love the spontaneity of our job.
Every day
not
is
all
different.
The time.
Yeah, every
Some
day
days
is
I wish it
different.
was a little less, but you just never know who you're going to meet. You never know who's going to walk through the doors that are going to need our help. I love how much we really are flexible to our business community. When they really need us, they can call, and we really try everything that we can to make sure that we're meeting their needs. But I also I just love our mission. I really do. I think that the economic development here in Albuquerque, and it extends obviously throughout the state, but we just provide such a great service to our business community. We're like the grassroots, and I think I'm a grassroots type person. So to me, to be kind of on the ground floor, just what do we need to do to make it happen? I just love that.
Well, I think this is a good segue into this, because I think I know your answer on this, but I know it's probably one of the most stressful and funnest times, but let's talk a little bit about Gala.
Let's talk about it.
Gala? How do you say it?
I say gala.
I say gala? Depending on what crowd I'm in, I'll be like, are you going to the gala? Or sometimes it'll be the gala. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's debatable.
Potato.
Maybe they can tell us. Our viewers can say what the best way to say it is. So again, those who don't know, one of your main responsibilities here at the chamber is fundraising for the gala, and not just fundraising, but actually putting on the show. So can you tell us some of the roles and responsibilities you have when it comes to our gala?
That's funny. No. So it's not only is it fundraising, we try to, it's a huge production, so overall we probably, need about a good $400,000 just to put the event on. Wow. So, cause it's that big of an event, you can't do something of this size for over 2,000 people without investing a little money into it. We always say that we want that wow factor. So we want to make sure that our guests that are coming in really feel special.
That has to be the most challenging part, because every year, and I used to go before I started working here, it's how do you top last year?
Yeah.
And so I can't even imagine the stress that goes into that.
Absolutely.
Because the chair gets to pick, right? And you work close with the chair.
Right.
How do you guys come up with something new every single year?
That is the biggest challenging part, because we want to make sure that, I always say, for our guests, you never know what's happening right before they get to gala. So, they could have a fight, they're dressed in fit, their hair didn't turn out right, they're running late, there's an accident, who knows what it is. So sometimes there's a lot of tension getting to the gala, right? But when they open those doors and they walk through that, that first entryway, I want them to forget anything that ever happened prior to that. I want them to feel so special and that they are doing something really magnificent here in Albuquerque, in New Mexico. It's the largest gala in the western part of the United States. And it's really something special that we have here. And unless you've been, people don't realize how magnitude of it.
It's beautiful. And
it
you're
really
right.
Is.
Nobody realizes how they think of a gala. You think of maybe some ones that they've been to a little bit smaller in stature, but this one, when you walk in the doors, it's like you're walking to Cirque du Soleil or some show in Vegas. It really is.
Absolutely. And I love that we use a lot of local talent. That's my favorite thing. And I think that comes from my passion about the arts, is really looking into our community and seeing what kind of, performers we can bring in, what kind of bands, DJs, all those types of things. That's important to me because I want to make sure that our local community is being serviced. Yeah.
I love that you do that.
Yeah.
Because the opportunities to do stuff outside of, but you farm from within our community and give them the opportunity.
Right.
So can you tell us a little bit about what our theme is this year, and can you explain it a little to us?
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know Angela, our
shout out Angela
Serrano de Rivera, she's amazing and she has so much energy, high energy, and she just wants this not necessarily to be like Great Gatsby or Moulin Rouge. That's not what she's looking for. She's looking for the feeling of that, like that party, that energy, that sort of magical.
That sounds like Angela.
Sensation of the whole thing.
And
so
it's called
Ritmo y Fuego.
You say that
so
rhythm
and fire. And so it's just going to be a lot of different types of performances and energy and.
What can we expect when we walk in the door?
I know. I don't want to give away too much. I know. Really don't, because we have a lot of surprises. We have a big surprise for Angela she doesn't know about. So,
I like that.
She won't find out until that night. But, it's really trying to capture a moment in time where people forget where they're at. But they're so drawn in. And I think this year's theme really lends itself to that. So we're going to be using performers like Circo Latino. So you'll see people on stilts and jugglers and different things like that. And then we'll also have a really great array of different dancers that are going to be doing different types of dance throughout the whole event. So it's really going to bring that magic to Gala.
That's going to be a ton of fun. I can picture it already. You mentioned two things to describe it: Moulin Rouge and Great Gatsby, both of which are magnificent parties. So, I mean, that's going to be a ton of fun. Yeah. And you said there's some surprises in there?
There are some surprises.
You always have something up your sleeve, so I'm not surprised at all.
Absolutely. I have to give a shout out though to CSS because they're the magic behind everything. They're the set designers. Marcel Lucero, Mike Tull are just incredible. If people don't know them in the community, they need to know them in the community because they take all the chaos that's in my head and they make it happen.
And they build it.
They do.
They build these stages and the things that you and the marketing department ask for from scratch.
So I would love to take, full credit for all this, but there's no way I can. Again, our marketing department does an exceptional job of, again, taking the chaos, right? We do whiteboards and we have all these ideas and brainstorming sessions and what do you really, what does our chair really, really want? What does it look, the colors, the theme, the dress, all the stuff that you think of a gala and put it into some kind of concept. And then the concept, they work hand in hand with CSS to build these set designs. And so, if anybody can, come to the convention center throughout the week, leading up to Gala, starting on, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday.
And it starts to transform.
It transforms the entire, from
It's
downstairs
incredible.
all the way up.
Last year being my first time to see the process, there was two things that stood out. One, that as soon as the gala was over last year, there was a meeting the following month about next year's gala.
100%.
So it starts 100%. A year out. The planning that goes into this with everybody that's involved is incredible. The second part is like you said, the week of, you see the convention center start to transform itself. And at the beginning, you're like, how's this gonna look? How's this gonna work out? And then by that Saturday, you're walking into a spectacular event. Yeah,
you really are.
It's incredible that you guys are able to do that.
And to see over 2,000, I think we fit 2,060 people in the ballrooms. That's, if I could make it bigger, I would, but I've been capped.
You're maxed out.
I'm maxed out, yeah.
So let's talk a little bit on the commerce side of things. How does somebody get involved with the gala? What levels what was your ask be to somebody who wants to get involved? Yeah,
well, I would say as a business, really, our sponsorships start at $5,000, and I highly recommend that. We have tables for sale at $3,000. Tickets will go on sale for $300, and those are really, really important as well. But if you're a business here in Albuquerque, I like to be flexible. We could figure out payment plans. We could figure out ways to get you to that $5,000 level, because really you're going to be in front of the who's who in New Mexico.
I agree.
So why not have your business somewhere and everywhere? The night of the event, the signage is like no other. In terms of giving support.
Great job. We do a great job of creating the marketing, the banners for these companies to be able to showcase.
We have our website, we have social media, we have the day of. There's opportunities to even have larger sponsorships, so your name really is significant throughout the event, and then also a huge full page ad in the journal, and then we do things throughout the year. So just your name attached to that is going to be big, and people are going to notice. People call me afterwards and say, "How do you get all these sponsors?" But because they're looking. People are looking. Who is part of this? Who's sponsoring? Who's giving? So
I want to highlight one thing that, as you know, I repeat something that you've said now for the last couple of months. Is everybody knows the Hispano Chamber throws the best party, the funnest get-togethers, networking events. Yeah. We do a great job doing that, but we do something also really great, and that's the impact behind the fun. So tell us a little bit about where those sponsorship dollars go from something like it's not just about getting your name out there and us throwing you an amazing party, but tell us a little bit about how that helps the chamber.
Right. That's something that, going to 2026, I think for our whole staff is to really kind of close that loop. We do such a great job of promoting and then throwing on the party, but then we don't close the loop. So the community doesn't necessarily know what these dollars go to support. And so that's a problem, right? Because people think of us as just this great, like you said, the Chicano prom of Albuquerque, which is great. I hope everybody comes and has a great time with that. But really the work that we do year round to support our businesses, we have one of the best procurement summits and series. We have a youth futures fair to help high school students, get into the career fields that they want to. We give over $120,000 of scholarship support to our students each year. We have programs for growing your small business to, emprendedores, which is, a Spanish speaking program
it's
to help.
A great asset for
us. Right. To help businesses that are just thinking about, I have an idea, or maybe I'm making something in the kitchen, to how is this going to actually be a viable business. We have so many different resources out there. We have lunch and learns. We just have a ton of stuff going on, and so we want to make sure that our work is being supported throughout the year. And so this gala really gives us those dollars to be able to do that for our community.
And again, we highlight the fun. Where does it go? How do we impact? And you said it right there. It goes through so many different things that we do within the community in our programs.
I mean, people don't know that we bring in like $6.5 million, to the economy through our convention and tourism.
Let's say that again. Let's say that again, because you're right.
It is big. Like our budget for our convention and tourism is like $1.2 million, and we bring in $6.5 million, from that here to Albuquerque. That's huge.
I appreciate
and that's
you.
because the hard work that we do to bring in conferences and conventions.
And people have to know that. People really do have to know that we don't just do it once a year, but there's a reason that we're all out asking to support the gala, and that's why. We'll wrap up on the gala, but I just want to ask if anybody's interested in doing it. What do we have left to still, where can they get some opportunities to put their brand and be a part of gala? Yeah,
so we have plenty of turquoise sponsorships, which is at the $5,000 level, so we can, they can go in there. We also have some higher level sponsors. We have 2 red carpet sponsorships, which are highly visible, and those are for $15,000. We have posters that are gorgeous. We have 4 different posters that are large and beautiful, and they're hanging in the ballrooms, so they're highly visible, and those go for $12,500.
I'm gonna try to convince you and Dee to let us get a look at these posters.
So. Oh, they're beautiful. They're on our website, so go to our website and go to the La Noche page, and you could see them on there. They're already ready to sell there, and that is a great way for you to put your name in front of over 2,000 people. We do have a cocktail reception, a little higher level. That's going to be at $35,000. So, and of course, above that, I am open to any offers because really, truly, our community should support this because it's not just the Chicano prom. It really supports businesses in New Mexico. And so if you want to be part of that work, this is the place to.
What's your favorite part of Gala?
Oh,
I have to ask that. What is your favorite? I know I said we're going to wrap this up,
next
but
day.
Now the day when you
the day after.
How about day of? What is your favorite part?
The energy. The energy. When you walk in, I could be so nervous to go and speak in front of 2,000 people who don't listen to me at all. So I'm speaking to a crowd that's just excited, But it is like an energy that you cannot describe unless you're there. Like there's like a little buzz around the room, and you just hear everybody talking, and everybody looks beautiful, and everybody's laughing and
People
having such a great time.
Huh?
So it is just this energy that I thrive off of.
I'm already looking for tuxes. I want to go big this year.
Yeah, I bought like 3 dresses that I need to figure out. So
we should do that. We should do a fashion show for this.
Yeah, we should.
Well, thanks for telling us a little bit about Gala and different ways to get involved. I appreciate that, and all you do for us in the chamber. You really are a catalyst for and a voice for the chamber and doing so many good things for us. So I appreciate you being a guest.
Thank you.
We're going to do a fun little game if you're up for it.
Sure.
It's going to be, we're going to do called Truth and Lie.
Okay, I'm not prepared, but we're going to figure this out as we go.
If you'd like, I could go first.
Sure, that would be great.
And what you have to do is you have to decide whether or not I'm telling the truth or if I'm lying.
Sure.
So I'll go first, okay? And then it'll set you up, and then you can go. I went to Vegas recently. And I go to one of my favorite piano bars at the Wynn, and I'm with a handful of people, and we're sitting there. The piano, I love piano bars, and I see walking across the room. I can see it now. I can just like visually see this happening, vividly. Roberta, just so you know, I can see Vince Vaughn,
like right there.
He's just walking.
Yeah.
And Vince Vaughn is like I love Vince Vaughn. I love all his movies. I don't think I've
Please
ever
tell me he's nice, because I hate when they say when you meet your heroes, it's like the worst thing you can do.
You're going to have to determine whether I'm he's
all
nice or not. But he walks in, and I am not shy at all. Like if a celebrity walks there, chances are I'm gonna go ask if I can buy you a drink. Would you?
Did he have security with him?
That's a good question. He had like an entourage with him. No security. He was actually surprisingly pretty casual. So he walks over there, and my whole table of friends knows what I'm about to do. I'm about to go, and they're like, "Don't embarrass us." I'm like, "I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna talk to Vince Vaughn. I don't care what y'all say." And I went over there, and I was like, I said, one of my friends was like, "I'll go with you."
Yeah.
I went over there, and I was like, you can come with me for emotional support. I thought he was going to be like that guy that's like, dude, I got your back. Like, let's go meet Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
So I go up, and Vince Vaughn, hey, don't want to like be rude, or just wanted to shake your hand. Say, I'm a huge fan. I know all of your movies. I know all the words to all your movies. And my friend right behind, he's a liar. He don't know you or nothing. And I turned around, and I'm like, I thought he was going to be my wingman. He throws me under the bus to Vince Vaughn. And I was like, Vince, I just would like to buy you a drink. We're with a bunch of friends over there. And he's like, I'm not drinking today, but it's a pleasure to meet you. So yeah, that's my story.
When did this happen? How old were you?
Wow, we got to put out age.
You don't do an age. You don't do age. Like, how many years ago was this?
This was about 2 years ago.
In Vegas. What casino?
Wynn.
And so, did you take a picture with him?
That's the only thing I didn't do. Actually, people from the table got some video and some pictures of me walking up, but I didn't personally ask for a selfie. My arms aren't long enough. He's like 7 feet tall.
Did you punch your friend?
I actually did give him a little bit of elbow.
Nudge,
can you imagine? I went up to meet one of my idols, and he goes, he's a liar. And just like that, he has that accent. He's a liar. He don't know you.
I kind of believe that part, but I don't know if I believe that you actually got to talk to Vince Vaughn. So I'm going to say it's like a lie.
This is the truth. This actually happened, Roberta. Yeah, I got to meet Vince Vaughn, and my friend threw me under the bus, calling me a liar. It was a fun night. Hey, are you ready? We're going to determine. Let's see what you got for me.
Oh, goodness. I really should have thought about this more.
Let's see what you got.
I know.
Okay, so again, you can tell me a truth or lie. My job is to figure out whether or not you're telling the truth or you're lying to me. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm a great interrogator. So let's do this.
I believe it. I've worked with you now for a year. Yeah. So
I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. Well, in line with going to Disneyland, we used to try to take at least, a trip a year with the kids when they were younger. So one year we went to SeaWorld. I love that.
Looking away. She keeps looking away. So okay, go ahead.
We went to SeaWorld with the girls, and we were just we didn't even have enough money to go on vacation. So in order for us to make this happen, it was like kind of an act of God. But we went to SeaWorld, and Keith, as you know, my husband likes to dance.
Love Keith. Shout out to Keith.
Yeah. And so he had an opportunity to do a dance-off. With some people in the audience. And so we put a lot of pressure because to win, it was to go backstage and to, feed the dolphins and to see the, Shamu and all this stuff, dinner with Shamu, whatever, so we really put a lot of pressure on Keith to do this. And so, there were several people throughout the audience that they were filming, and it came down to just him and this woman. And it was just hilarious because this woman was like a little older and just really out there with her moves. I can't say exactly what she was doing, but she was kind of out there with her moves.
You could say, actually, we're on YouTube.
She was just sort of shaking her whole body and doing all this stuff, and so Keith, we were teasing him to take off his shirt and all this fun stuff. But anyway, at the end of the day, Keith ended up winning because I think they were a little afraid of where it was going to go with this other woman. So we ended up going backstage and eating dinner with Shamu. And
so he won, is what you're saying?
He did, yeah. Okay,
you ready for some questions?
I'm ready for some questions.
What was the song he danced to?
Oh, goodness. I don't remember. This is a long time ago.
How long did he dance for? Were there rounds?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it was for a while. Because, again, there were several different people throughout the audience there. So the cameraman was, going to different people, and then they kind of whittled it down to 4.
What was he wearing?
3 and 2. Oh, probably shorts and a t-shirt, I'm sure.
Did he say, hold my beer, I got this? Or was he he nervous about, I don't want to do it?
He didn't have it. Oh, he wanted to do it. Yeah, he totally wanted to do it because the girls were just like, Dad, you've got to do this for us. So there's a lot of pressure.
So I know Keith. Mm-hmm. I've tried to get him on the dance floor a couple of times, and it's real easy to do. He loves to dance. So that part of it, I'm going to say this is a true story.
Yeah, it is.
This is definitely true. Keith is the man. Keith will go out there and be like, I got this, Eric. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, that was we were so excited because we would have never been able to afford those tickets to go backstage or whatever and have that experience. We have some great pictures of us with Shamu and,
That's Keith, you're amazing. You're a ton of fun. Thanks for playing Truth or Lie with us. Again, if you have any questions, you can go to our website and get information about the gala. I know they'll probably have something up there. Thank you so much for stopping by on episode 2 and talking with us.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the Truth or Lie with Roberta and I. But as we like to end every podcast episode with Kiana and what's brewing in the queue.
Absolutely.
Hi, Kiana. How are you?
Yes, I'm very excited to shout out to some of our members and kind of give you a whole week of events.
I know you have a lot going on, so give us some lowdown about what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. We're starting out on January 23rd, which is Friday. Shout out to Sunward. They're actually doing a small business Friday for us, and we are partnering with them. So
I love Sunward.
Yeah,
very cool.
They'll have their official grand opening for their South Valley location, the 23rd from 11 to 2.
Very cool. Is anything going on? What are we doing with them?
Yeah, we just want to make sure that our members can participate, support Sunward Bank as well. They'll have some live music, lunch provided to everyone in the community, and then games and fun.
And we'll have some ambassadors out there as well.
Absolutely. Love ambassadors in our Women in Business.
Very cool.
Another one is kind of fun to hear is Hollow Spirits is actually doing a bike day just because on January 24th. It's called Bike Day Just Because. Bring out bikes, trikes, cars, trucks, RVs, scooters, skateboards, yachts, and semis.
Everything. You know, I might show up on my rollerblades.
Oh,
Do you think they'll allow rollerblades?
They actually did not put that, so you should be the first.
I will. Hollow Spirits. Good job.
Hollow Spirits, yes. January 24th. Come out and hang out. They'll be providing some burgers, dogs, and chips. Another great one will be January 24th. IPCC is a family story time from 1 to 2.
And that's at the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center, right?
Yes.
And when I first started here, I didn't know that acronym right away, but you know, it looks like they have a chance for children and families to gather, share some stories.
Yes.
And some activities relating to kids. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Yes, I agree.
On January 24th, we have New Mexico Philharmonic, the symphonic dances, and that's January 24th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Popejoy.
Great.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Another great one is going to be January 26th. CNT will be at the Capitol in Santa Fe doing Tourism Day.
Our Convention and Tourism Department,
Yes.
CNT here with the Chamber. That'll be a lot of fun. We'll be out there with them, I think.
Yep.
Yep.
And then the 27th, CNT also will be doing the Trends Conference. Kind of share a little bit of what that conference is.
Yeah, so I had to have our trusty producer over here, Corey, help me out with this one. So it's Grow Your Business and Destination with Marketing and Research Intelligence. New Mexico Hospitality and Tourism, Trends Conference and Annual Meeting. Trends is New Mexico Hospitality Association's signature conference.
Wow.
So it sounds like a lot of them are going to be out there in Santa Fe, including
Perfect time
our
frame.
CNT department. Thanks, Corey, for that shout out.
And then on January 28th, UNM Lady Lobos will be playing UNLV
Ooh, that'll be a good one.
here at the pit. And then also on the 28th, we have actually our Biz Gratis.
Oh, well, we can highlight this one a little bit.
Absolutely.
The Biz Gratis. For those that don't know what Biz Gratis is, what is it?
Yeah, it's really going to be a membership driven. It's a mix and mingle where we provide to the community really an atmosphere to network, do the handshakes. We interact with all of our members as well to the community that are currently not members.
And if you haven't been out to one of our Biz Gratis, the Chamber, the Hispano Chamber, throws the best networking event. And this next week, it's where?
A New Space Nexus.
New Space. Our chair, Casey, it's at her place, and it's a really fun place. So that's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah, so come out the 28th from
Do you have to be a
5:30
member
to 7:30.
to go?
No.
So everybody can come out. So if you're hearing this on Friday, that next Wednesday,
At 5:30.
come out to New Space.
All right, and shout out to the Ice Wolves as they will be playing on January 30th against the Shreveport Mud Bugs.
Mud Bugs. Ice Wolves, we got this.
Yes, so everything is there from January 23rd through January 30th.
And here's the thing, to our members out there, we want to read from our community event calendar. So if you have something going on in the community that we don't know about, please go to our website, put it in there. That way, when we film this podcast and releases on Fridays, we can shout you out. Okay? Thanks, everybody.